Welcome back in, 8:11 now. It has been a chaotic week for Beyonce fans.
Processing my order, processing my order, processing my order, processing my order.
Tickets to the much anticipated Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour. They're on sale right now to the general public. Pre-sale event started on Tuesday, but it was not smooth sailing for many of the Beehive. Some fans complained about long waits and crazy prices. We saw those same frustrations during the Eras tour. So this morning we are joined by John Simpson, the program director for the business and entertainment program at American University, expert on all of these things. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, I want to talk about what we've kind of seen this week. Fans wanted these Cowboy Carter tickets. What was behind all of this chaos?
Well, I think you have incredible demand and not enough supply.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's the problem.
Yeah. We saw these prices fluctuate really within minutes sometimes, and I think you saw a lot of fans talk about their frustration. Talk about this dynamic ticket pricing and what this is all about.
So dynamic ticket pricing is something that actually started some years ago, where the idea was people would pay way more than the face value of the ticket.
Okay.
Why let scalpers make all that money instead of the artists and the promoters of the shows? And so it's been a calculated idea that, hey, we can make this money rather than the scalpers who basically give nothing back to the industry.
Yeah.
So you have all these bots buying tickets and then them going on resale sites. The other thing you have is very few tickets are actually in that pre-sale. There's a ton of tickets that are being, if you're a Ticketmaster, you need to become a verified fan. You have all of these steps you have to go through, and you're still really unlikely to get a ticket until you go on a secondary site and pay a lot more money.
Yeah. We have seen these ticket prices skyrocket over the last few years. I know you talked about demand, but I mean, when you talk about people like, Beyonce and Taylor Swift, they've been superstars for a long time. What else is behind this increase here?
So we've seen a huge increase since the pandemic.
Okay.
People really want, someone called it funflation, that people are really excited about going out and having experiences. So the experiential marketplace, and some of that's even fine dining, going to really fancy restaurants and spending money that you don't have, or figuring out a way to afford it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we're seeing that. I mean, the average ticket price in 2000 was $40. The average ticket price in 2019 was $92. And this last 2023, it was $122. So we've seen this creep just on the average price. That's of the top 100 tours. You get into the top 10 tours and it goes even much, much higher.
Yeah. And who actually has control over these ticket prices and where they kind of stand for each artist?
Well, I mean, the artist has some control. They can put an upper limit on where the dynamic pricing can go on their ticket. And we saw a few pushbacks when Springsteen tickets went above a certain amount because he's the working guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Artists can have a little bit of control, but once they get into the secondary market, they have very little control whatsoever.
Do you feel like it will likely see, with just a lot of frustration that we've seen this week alone, that there could be some more pushback from artists? I mean, when you have something that becomes almost unattainable, I was talking about comparing it to Super Bowl tickets, right? Once in a lifetime experience, and that's kind of what we're creeping up against right now.
Well, it is, people were complaining about the price of Beyonce tickets and Taylor Swift tickets, and then I'm a Bills fan, and I went to look and see what the Bills tickets would have been if I'd gone to the Super Bowl. Of course, the Chiefs eliminated us again. But
we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah. But it was $3,000 to get into the So is it $500 that much for a Beyonce ticket if it's $3,000 to sit in the cheap seats at the Super Bowl? I think we've all gotten used to paying these exorbitant prices for these once-in-a-lifetime experiences when we want to go. But this pricing of tickets, there was a ticket sold for $225 in 1850 for the opera singer Jenny Lind, which is about $9,000 in today's dollars.
Wow.
So it's happened before when we've had someone sort of a Beyonce level who came to the United States and did a limited number of opera concerts. So it's kind of funny when you put it in context. And then Streisand, who almost never tours because she has bad stage fright, in 1994, her team realized rather than let the scalpers make all the money, we'll have a top ticket price of $350. And that's when tickets were typically about $20. We do have bands that still really care about their fans and say, we will not sell a ticket above $20.
Okay.
And you have that culture. And we have some promoters who do not engage in dynamic ticket pricing. Locally, IMP, which is the 930 Club and the Anthem, they don't believe in dynamic pricing. Now, the resellers, of course, will charge you.
Sure,
whatever.
sure. Okay, very interesting. A lot of money out there to be made, I guess, and people are craving that fun. John, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure. My
Take
pleasure.
care.